utilizing solar energy?
We humans have used the sun for drying clothes and food for thousands of years.
Bro, I'm really about to get your peppercini now, boy. Hey, go ahead, college me here, that boy. Oh, here now, boy, yo, dirt ass, boy, stink ass, boy, afro head ass, lip gloss.
But only recently have we been able to use it for generating power. Even though the sun is 150 million kilometers away, it is still amazingly powerful. Just a tiny fraction of the sun's energy that hits the earth is enough to meet all of our power needs many times over. Solar energy is a renewable free source of energy that is sustainable and totally inexhaustible. Unlike fossil fuels, which are finite, it is also a non-polluting source of energy, and it does not emit any greenhouse gases when producing electricity. The advantages of having solar energy is that it is free. It needs no fuel and produces no waste or pollution. In sunny countries, solar power can be used where there is no easy way to get electricity to a remote place. Solar power is handy for low power uses such as solar powered garden lights and battery chargers, or for helping your home energy bills.
Alright, although solar energy has some great advantages, it also has some bad disadvantages. Solar energy cannot be used at night. It is very expensive to build solar power stations. Although the cost is coming down as technology improves, in the meantime, solar cells cost a great deal compared to the amount of electricity they produce in their lifetime. Solar energy can be unrenewable unless unreliable unless you're in a very sunny climate. In the UK, solar power isn't much used for high power applications, as you need a large area of solar panels to get a decent amount of power. The main way that a conventional gas continually wastes energy is by replenishing stored water as soon as the volume or temperature decreases. But with solar power, with solar power boilers, this is instead fueled by the solar power collected through panels on the roof of your home. The power collected through the solar tiles is used to fuel and therefore heat, separate water cylinder, thus saving energy throughout the course of every day. Another smaller tank, still powered by gas, is proof.
Don't need that bit.
Nuclear power.
Good evening, Wade.
Good evening.
How are you?
Good.
We don't have enough time for this. Nuclear power, what is that source?
Nuclear energy originates from the splitting of uranium atom, a process called fission. This generates heat to produce steam, which is used by a turbine generator to generate electricity.
Very true.
Yes, because nuclear power plants do not burn fuel, they do not produce greenhouse gas emissions.
Yes.
Nuclear energy is also considered a non-renewable source.
Why's that?
It just is.
Okay.
That's just what people consider
Okay, move on.
as.
Move on.
So what's the next question?
Okay. The next question I will have for you today. What are the advantages and disadvantages of using this nuclear power?
Yeah, well, that's a very good question. I'm glad you asked that.
Thank you.
Yeah, because there's a lot of advantages. So, for example, like low cost, baseload energy, low pollution, etc., etc., etc. But also disadvantages like any accidents can happen, including like death, and radioactive waste and much more.
It's very
So,
true.
yeah. Next question.
Is that the advantages and disadvantages?
Yes, it's obviously a lot more though.
Okay. What is this sauce like using in Tasmania?
So would you say what is the energy like in Tasmania currently?
Yeah. Not tomato sauce or barbecue sauce, the energy sauce.
Okay.
Okay.
In 2017, it was recorded 93% of power actually used in Tasmania is renewable, predominantly from hydro-generated electricity.
There we go. Alright, as you were saying.
New investment in wind farms at Wildcattle Hill, and Granville Harbour are expected to add further 6 to 7% of renewable generation.
Is that so?
Yes. Next
That's
question.
very true. Next question. What is the next question? Alright.
There's a lot I can answer. I'm
What
a very
even-
smart human being. I'm very smart.
What even is baseload energy?
Baseload energy, like I mentioned before, can be used as an advantage in nuclear power.
Yes.
But baseload power sources are the plants that operate continuously to meet the minimum level of power demand 24/7.
Okay, Pippin, what can you tell us about solar energy?
Okay, so we humans have used the sun for drying clothes, food, for thousands of years. But only recently have we been able to use it for generating power.
What's that?
Is enough to meet all of our power needs for many times over.
That's cool.
Solar energy is a renewable free source of energy that is sustainable and totally inexhaustible. Unlike
Okay, continue.
Baseload power sources are the plants that operate continuously to meet the minimum level of power demand 24/7.